goes Blake. Blake with plenty of toe. Can he make it to the corner? The cover gets him.
He is the last line of defence. He's also a key attacking weapon. He is the rugby league fullback, combining attacking flair with brilliance in defence. Names like Langlands and Eadie have brought tremendous honour to the #1 jersey. But the question remains, what do fullbacks do when they hang up the footy boots for good? Well, Garry Jack, the game's star fullback of the 80s, recently opened up a sports store in the Sydney suburb of Burwood. And it's no coincidence that it's right in the heartland of Jack's beloved Balmain Tigers.
Serena, you going to pay for this? Cash, card, casino chips? What do you want?
Casino chips.
Here's some casino chips and it's yours for it. There you go, take that.
What made you decide to get into this line of business?
Oh mate, good question. I suppose football had finished, had a pretty long career there, and I just wanted to go into business by myself, and something which I knew a bit about, which was sport, and as it just so I knew Peter Wynn pretty well from Peter Wynn's school out of Parramatta, and the chance came along to possibly set up a shop here in Burwood in the Balmain area, which is where I played most of my career, so I said, I'll have a go at that and take a punt.
You're a Balmain boy through and through, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I played a long time for Balmain. I did have 1 year for West Suburbs, but originally I was from Wollongong. I played with Blocker down there, a young fella, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, I've been in Balmain a long time, and I suppose when you spend 13 or 14 years in one club, you sort of get pretty close to the people in the club and the way the club's ran.
You've always enjoyed your football. Are you enjoying this?
Yeah, I am. It's good. A lot of people come in. A lot of football supporters out there come in and get their football gear from us. Obviously, it's a bit disappointing what's happened this year with the game, but there's still a lot of support, a real lot of supporters out there that just love the game, and that's one of the nice things. You meet people from all over the country, from Coffs Harbour, Bathurst, Western Australia, Victoria. Yeah, they come in through the shop here and get their stuff, and it's good to just have a chat with them. It's nice to meet people that are genuine about their sport.
Now, of course, before this, you'd spent most of your life as a football player. Are you able to relate any of that to the business side of things?
Oh, mate, if I don't buy nothing here, I tackle them on the way out. But it's just, it's hard work, I suppose. It's like most things. If you want to be successful, you have to put the work in, and the same as rugby, I suppose. You just have to be prepared to put the hard work in and try and do things that other people don't do. It's just hard work, same as footy. You've got to have the dedication. I think that's probably one thing, I suppose, that you pick up. But nothing's good is easy. You have to work at it.
Do you miss the limelight at all?
I miss the limelight. I missed not playing. Yeah, I missed not playing. That was it's in your blood, I suppose. You played for a long time, then for it to finish, you miss that. I suppose you'll always have that competitive edge in yourself as a sportsman. I suppose that'll always be there. But yeah, I miss that. But life goes on. I'm 35 now. I've got 3 young boys. They're playing rugby up at Pennant Hills. I'm involved in their playing, and the cycle starts all over again. But yeah, I do miss the playing. I'd love to be a young bloke, 25 now.
Looking around the store, those who know the ex-Balmain, New South Wales and Australian fullback might well have a sarcastic giggle at the big discount signs decorating the shop.
Gary, you're known for being close to your money. You like to have it nice and close to you. Does it make you feel... Is it hard to give these sort of discounts? It must be almost against your nature, is it?
What sort of a loaded question is that? Oh, mate, no, it's not against my nature to give things away. I'm a pretty generous type of bloke. I'm sort of known for that, I look after people if they come in the shop, up to 50% on this rack here, but that's just in my nature. That's just a fallacy about being keen with a dollar. That was started by other people so they could dine out and tell stories about me and make money.
I see. So, but I mean, as you said, you've got to give something away to gain something back, don't you?
That's right. We like to think you're at Garry Jack school. People come in and we'll look after them, do the right thing by them and do them a good deal. Let's see, where you've been. Now, what are you after, bud? Soccer ball? I'll tell you what, we'll look after you. Hey, we'll do it $15 for you. Is that all right? Normally $35, we'll do it $15 for you.
Yeah, great.
Pretty good? Thanks, Dad.
Real, is it?
Yeah, it's just real. It's real. Thanks, Dad. Hey, I'll get the change. Who do you play soccer for, mate?
Infield Rovers.
Yeah? You scored a few goals?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
10.
10.
85.
Thank you.
All the best, you, mate. Come and see me when you want some soccer boots next year. All right? See you then. I can't guarantee you these blokes will be here, but come and see me. I'll look after you. All right. See you, mate.
Discount selling might be his trade now, but back in the 80s, Jack was an integral part of a Tigers team that never gave an inch. It was a proud time for Balmain when names like Pearce, Elias, Roach and Jack ran onto the paddock week in, week out for the black and gold.
Alright Gary, here's the beloved Balmain jersey. During the 80s the Tigers were a very close-knit team, weren't they?
Yeah, we were very lucky. We all sort of started together and back in the early ages. Wayne Pearce and Benny Elias and Steve Roach and myself and Gary Bridge, a number of other blokes, and yeah, we were together for all the 80s. You know, 88, 89 grand final I suppose was our best period. But yeah, we won a couple of Panasonic Cups, runner-up, and a couple other ones, and we made the semis for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, which was good. And we were unlucky not to have won it in 89, but unfortunately we didn't win it. It was 14 all at full time, but that was probably the end of. It was a great era. You know, we were all like brothers. We played together for year in and year out, and we became very close. And that was probably why the club was so successful for such a long time. You know, we stuck together. We didn't change or whatever. We were all good mates, enjoyed each other's company, and we played good football.
I guess loyalty was more important than money at that stage, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, money was important, but Balmain looked after us, all of us. You know, even though we all ended up playing for Australia, you know, they were pretty fair with the money, and we all were happy with what we were getting at that stage. And the main thing was that we were happy together. You know, it was a good, happy club. Everyone, we were successful, so there was no reason to go elsewhere.
And 88, of course, it was nearly a fairy tale, and you played a very big part in that.
Yeah, 88 was a tremendous year. We'd come from a playoff for 5th and got through the grand final against Canterbury.
There was Elias, there was Pearce, there was Blocker, there was yourself. Do you still knock about together at all?
No, I might see them at the reunion, or occasionally, you know, they might drop in. You know, I suppose Wayne's pretty tied up in coaching, Benny's very tied up in Let's Talk communication. Blocker's obviously tied up with the television, so we don't get to see a great deal of each other like we used to. But yeah, we're at the reunions or what to get-togethers, but not. No, we might see them maybe once every 2 or 3 months. But when we catch up, it's good to catch up with each other. Is
there one game in particular, club game? I know you played so many club games, that really sticks in your mind.
Geez, that's a hard one. Probably one that I suppose was special to me and special to everyone was in 88 when Brisbane first came into the competition. They had Miles and they had Wally Lewis and all Greg Dowling, all those guys. They'd won about their first 6 games, and the first defeat they ever had was to Balmain at Lang Park. We were the first team at Lang Park early April. And I think we won 24-18 or whatever, but it was a great game. It was a great tussle. Lang Park was a great ground to play on, and we were the first team to beat them. They had 35,000 people there, and they were pretty confident. I think they beat Manly first game, so they were on a roll, and we beat them there in front of their home ground. That was a pretty special game.
Okay, Gary, here of course is the Australian jersey. How did it feel the first time you put that on?
Oh, mate, like anyone else, I suppose the thing that you want to do is to play for your country, and it meant a lot. It was a very special time to play for Australia the first time, especially the first time. You know, something that you trained hard, and something that you'd hoped that you'd get there, but you never thought that you would get there. And as my first test with the SCG in '84 against Great Britain, and that was one of the proudest moments of my career, I'm sure, playing that day.
And of course you went on to play 20 consecutive test matches, 11 tries in that period, so you earned your keep.
Yeah, it was, I was lucky. I had some good blokes in front of me. I suppose history will reflect that guys like Sterling, Lewis, Miles, Meninga, they were great players in their own right, and I was lucky they were in front of me, and I like to think that together we were a pretty successful side for 5 or 6 years, but certainly helped out playing with guys like Wally and Brett Kenny as well, and Peter Sterling. Made fullback play some of the most enjoyable moments of my career.
To play in a team that is that good must be an incredible experience, is it?
Oh yeah, but they never thought they were that good. They're just good knockabout blokes, and give them the football and they could all perform. That was probably the best part. They were all down to earth blokes, and we just enjoyed each other's company, and you know, but geez, they could play. You know, some of the things that they could do on the field, especially Brett and Wally and Peter were just tremendous. You know, big Gene Miles was so strong, you know, you couldn't control him. You know, Mal at one stage was on the bench, he couldn't make the side. But that's how strong they were. You know, Brett Kenny was a tremendous player. But, you know, and whenever they used to miss tackles, I used to just clean them up. You know, they missed plenty, let me tell you. Lucky they could attack with the ball. But yeah, that was just a great period. You know, I was lucky to be part of it, and you know, it was a great period.
And of course, then injury played a part. That must have been very disappointing.
Oh well, you know, you always know when you play the game there's going to be injuries at some time. And I had sort of played 20 odd tests and never had an injury, but then you know, I broke my arm and it wasn't quite the same that year recovering from the arm, and you know, it took me 12 months to get over that. And I think it's a pretty major injury, and I lost my spot to Gary Belcher, and he got the spot, and I couldn't get it back off him.
I want to ask you about that. 1990, you had another tremendous season. You still couldn't make your way into the team at all. Do you think, how much do politics play in these?
Oh well, I suppose you could say this now because you're finished, because you're retired. But I've no doubt politics plays a big part in the selection of the team. You know, I was phoned up the morning of the grand final in 1990, and I was told by someone who was very influential in the team that I was on the Kangaroo tour, and that I'd be going away in 1990. But unfortunately, he wasn't a selector. He was only the coach of the side, so he didn't have any input. And when the touring sub was picked in that night, I missed out. But that's politics. You know, that's how it goes. You know that when you play the game, and that's why if you're lucky to play one test, you know, because a lot of really good players miss out. You know, that's unfortunately the way it goes.
Is that one of the reasons why you decided to head to England?
Oh, no, I went to England for other reasons. Yeah, well, I just went to England because, you know, I wanted to just get away and just to spend some time with my family and play over there. And, you know, I was 31 at that stage, and I just was looking at doing new things. You know, I'd done as much as I could as a player, and Balmain were going through a bit of a restructuring program at that time, and I wasn't too happy with that, so I wanted to go. And the opportunity came to go to England, so yeah, I grabbed it for 3 years, and I was over there. I played over there, and I coached over there, and yeah, that was good. Too cold though, mate. Too cold.
But you obviously enjoyed it. How different is the game over there to here?
Oh, it's not as fast. You've got your strong clubs like Wigan and St Helens were very strong. Castle were very strong, but the rest of them, there's a big difference between those 2 or 3 clubs and everyone else. And you know, the big thing over there is the weather. It controls what you can train and when you can and when you can't train and how you can play. It was just a different, a lot of Kiwis over there, different way of life it was. You know, you play something like 35, 40 games in a season. Here, you know, you play probably 15 or 20. So it was a big workload, and it's just a different way of life. I'm glad I did it, but I was glad to get back to Australia.
And you came back, and of course you played with the Tigers again. Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, that was great. You know, I'd been away for 3 years and come back, and lucky, you know, Wayne Pearson, the board of directors, gave me a chance. Still knew I was fit enough to play, but I hadn't played for 12 months. I'd been retired. So they gave me a chance, and I trained. In fact, I trained hard for 6 weeks before I played, and that was all I put in, 6 weeks training, and come back and end up playing the rest of the season with the Tigers in the first grade side. And, yeah, that was good to finish off there after, because I wanted to finish off on my terms as a player rather than someone else's terms.
And what was it like being coached by Junior? How was that?
Yeah, well, that was a bit strange, because you know I played with Wayne for such a long time. You know, and that was good. He had some good ideas, and you know, the team certainly kicked on this year. They probably kicked on because I'm not there, but they've kicked on, and you know, it's good to see. Yeah, it was strange to be coached by Wayne, and you know, that was probably hard for him too, with me there. You know, because we'd sort of grown up together. But we thought we worked pretty well together, and you know, they certainly kicked on this year and had a tremendous year. Almost made the top 8. From where they were the year before they finished, you know, they finished last, so that was pretty good.
Must have been hard for you as such a passionate Balmain person to see that well, it was a very low point, wasn't it, for the Tigers?
Yeah, it was. It was a period of, you know, a lot of players had come and gone, and that, as you spoke earlier about that loyalty that was there for such a long period of time, that didn't seem to be there. We had Tim and Paul Tiernan. They were the only 2 guys that were still there, and all the rest of the guys had gone. So all the guys that I'd played with, they'd all retired, so it wasn't the same feeling in the club. And that was you had to come to grips that time had moved on, and that there was younger people in the club, and probably not as as passionate about the game as what we were. And you know, it had changed. that the club had changed, and they had to realise that.
And of course, this year you coached Ryde Eastwood to the minor premiership, and they were runners-up in the Metro Cup final. Did you enjoy your year there?
Yeah, I did. I had a tremendous year at Ryde Eastwood this year. This is the Metropolitan Cup in Sydney.
Yeah.
They did very well, won the minor premiership, and but coaching, you just got to hopefully you can build something up, or build a team into something, and the boys performed very well. A lot of them hadn't sort of played first grade in the Optus Cup, but I thought we had a pretty good year, and but unfortunately I had to give it away this year because of the business, so I won't be coaching next year. But later on down the track, if things work out, I'd like to possibly have a go at coaching later on.
Reminiscing about the past is one thing, but a potential sale is never far from his mind.
Gary, what's one of the most popular items?
Oh, well, here's Matthew. Here's something you can't get at Lowe's. You can only get it from Garry Jack's score. It's the Balmain tracksuit robe. Very nice, very popular. You put it on, as you can see.
Looks wonderful.
Yeah, his and hers. Boxer shorts come with it as well.
Fantastic.
We'll throw those in for the deal. Only $54.
Right.
I could just see you wearing this.
Yeah.
You and the missus.
Oh no, but she's not a Balmain supporter. You got a manly one there?
Here we go. Here's,
oh, well,
there we
you
are.
go. Okay. All right. What is it? $108?
Oh, I'll do you.
Do me a deal.
Give us $208, mate. You'll be right.
Oh, thank you.
After again. Did you see yourself wearing this?
At night?
Yeah.
All by myself.
Of course.
In your house.
In my house. Yeah.
No one else will see you except your mum.
Oh yeah. I can tell us about that.
It's that personal touch combined with a 7-day-a-week commitment to the business which sees him kick more than a few goals with the customers.
Mate, they're excellent. That's the best way to do crunches. You don't hurt yourself.
Alright.
And if you come up, put your legs out straight, hold off the ground, and just come up and just hold it. Yeah, it's great. Put it together. Oh, we've sold 600. Easy. You need just 6 screws. That's all. Thanks, mate.
Great.
See you, man. Thanks a lot. See ya.
All right, Gary, are these popular?
Oh yeah, mate. They're pretty popular. The old walker machines. Yeah, got them all down here. As you see, mate, there's a wide range behind me. We've got about 5. We've got about 5 behind us over there. You'll see them.
Jeez, mate, what happened to your hand?
Oh, I got that tackle and blocker at training. Would you believe? The big fella.
Jeez.
He's run like a wounded rhinoceros one day, and I tackled him, and that's the legacy he left me.
I think he owes you one, doesn't he?
I owe him.
You owe him one.
I owe him plenty over that. But anyway, she's all right. I've had that for ages. Ages. But
Does it hurt?
Nah, it's never bothered me.
No?
It's good when drinking cups of tea and all that sort of stuff. It's a good talking point.
Now back onto the game. What makes a good fullback?
What makes a good fullback? I think you've got to be able to tackle, I suppose, for a starter. Bit of pace. I don't know. It's a hard question. You've got to have love of the game.
Be hero or villain.
Yeah, it's a specialised position. There's no one you can't sort of make a halfback into a fullback. It takes a long time to become a first grade fullback. It's not just something that happens overnight. I always blokes inspired me as a player were guys like Graham Langlands, Graham Eady, John Doherty. They were always very courageous players, players that you knew that wouldn't let you down under pressure. And I suppose you've got to have that sort of characteristic because you are by yourself. Yeah. You haven't got a centre partner or a half or 5'8". You're all by yourself in defence, and you're all there by yourself in attack. So it's up to you to make it happen. Either in attack or in defence, you've got to make it happen. So there's a lot that goes into making a good fullback. I suppose a lot of ordinary ones around.
But you loved it, didn't you? You loved being there.
Yeah. I was played most of my career at fullback, so it was something that I was used to. I remember playing against New Zealand in the World Cup in '88. But the thing about being a fullback is you've got to tell people where to adjust in their defence, left or right. And I'm behind blocker in defence. I'm going, blocker, move left, blocker. And he wouldn't move. I said, blocker, would you please move left?
Well, he doesn't understand English.
He didn't understand. I said, blocker, move left. He said, Jimmy, is that my left or their left? They're the characters you come up against. But that's part of the job about being a good fullback. Be my left or their left on your blocker. But as you have a laugh, and you could always tell a good team when you're defending your own line. You always knew you knew a lot about blokes as men when they were defending their own line. You always knew if they didn't like the hard stuff or they like to get stuck in, and that's something that you can that the game does give. You can sum up people pretty quickly.
Who's the best? Who do you think's the best fullback around at the moment?
Oh, look, at the moment, without doubt, Timmy Brasher.
Run around this time. In fact, inside ball for Brasher.
pressure is there for the Tigers. Well, the Parramatta side, they left the door open and pressure went marching through.
He's the best fullback at the moment. Mullins was a good player a year or so ago, but Timmy's certainly the top player at the moment. I think Brett's lost a little bit. He's probably not focused on rugby league like he was 2 years ago. But if he does get his mind back on the job, you know, he's probably one of the best I've seen.
And you talk about heart. I mean, Tommy Raudonikis, I heard him interviewed the other week, and he said that the thing that's missing from the game, or what he thinks is missing, is a bit of aggro. Do you think that the aggro that used to be there, I mean, obviously he probably went over the top at times in his career, but I guess he's talking about passion. Do you think there's that passion there anymore?
I think it's not there like it used to be. I think players still love to play and compete and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, when you talk a bit of aggro, you're not talking about anything illegal. As long as you can show a bit of aggro, but you know, be legal, and don't break the rules. I think that's great.
Out to Elias again. Oh, what a tackle!
No one ever got hurt. It was just hard, clean aggression between two teams that one wanted to win, and that's love and passion, I suppose. I talk about passion now, but I don't think it's as there was a lot of rivalry back in those days, and I think that's probably missing a little bit. Perhaps players are too familiar with each other.
How did football make Garry Jack the person he is today? How did it contribute to you?
Mate, you just learn that you've got to ride. There's plenty of highs and plenty of lows. If you want to get somewhere, you've got to work hard and be, you've got to be prepared to work hard and cop the knocks. There's plenty of knockers out there, but you just got to, I don't know, believe in yourself. That's a big part of it. I don't think I was a gifted player like a Kenny or a Sterling or a Lewis, but I just worked hard. I worked hard. I think Wayne Pearce, he worked hard also, and that's probably what helped us get there at the end. At the end was our dedication, and no matter what happened, injury or whatever, we just sort of stuck with it, and we were lucky. In the end, it worked out well for us.
It's a great life, though, the life of a football player, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. A lot of people don't realise they're not involved with the game. What it's like to be part of a team, and to be part of a team for such a number of years. A first grade team, it's great. I do miss that. Whether it be Australia or New South Wales or Balmain, but yeah, you're lucky if you've made it to the top and you've been around elite sportsmen, and even now though I'm finished playing, you can still you speak to Michael O'Connor or Peter Sterling or Brett, and you're still good mates, and there's that respect for each other, and even though I don't respect Sterling or Brett and Kenny very much, to be honest with you, no, mate, just joking, guys, I love you, but that's part of it, and there's that camaraderie, and if you weren't involved in sport, you wouldn't have it, so it's great. Rugby league's been great to me, and I owe the game nothing. It's been tremendous for me.
Well, Garry, thanks for joining us on Inside League.
Thanks very much, and any time, Matthew. If you don't score a Garry Jack score, you'll never score. See you there. Thanks very much. Great stuff.
This has been a production of Sports Australia.